Today we will see about Pandas library, uh, and we will go back again from tomorrow to Turtle Graphics, so where we design a snake game. Before that, just I want to give some uh, introduction to Pandas library. So Pandas library is uh, one of the most used library in data analysis or data science, uh, whatever we call it as. So it is very powerful because it has various options, like you can load data from various data sources, like for example CSV. You can load data from Excel, and you can load data from directly SQL. And Pandas has multiple supports for Parquet files. Parquet files are like big data thing. It's a different format for data when you store the data on Hadoop clusters. So Pandas has that support directly, instead of you again converting back to CSV. So you don't need to do that. Uh, and you can directly connect different databases from Pandas and load directly tables into this data into data frames. So generally we call it a data. Once we load it in some kind of variable, we call it as a data frame. So data frame is the most frequently used terminology in Pandas, or the data science or data analysis, whatever we are doing. So these are the few basic examples, like data loading and manipulation, and data exploration. Data loading in the sense different data sources. So here these are the examples given, but if we go to the main documentation, let's open this document. So it's opening. It's, so this is the latest version, like 2.1.4 is the latest version. You can say so. Just if you go to guide, so IO tools, like, so here you can see what are different types of formats we can read into a data frame, Pandas data frame. So for example, the CSV fixed with text file, like there is some fixed with uh, across all the columns, and there is no separators. So generally this is comma separated file, right? What CSV means. Similar kind of file in a text file, if there is fixed width between multiple columns, then we can use directly this read FWF method. You can read JSONs, HTML. So there is no latex method to read, but here again we can read XML clipboards. So all these are the, like, there are multiple formats, and how to read that formats. All these are here. The options are there. So even and again in the read CSV method, it's like multiple arguments will be there. So it's like file path, separators. What is the separator? Like headers. If there is a header or not there. So multiple, like you can type what engine you want to do, multiple things like. So it's very vast thing, but when you get used to it, it is very useful. So let's go back. Yeah. So this is data loading and then data exploration and cleaning, right? So generally when you load data, there will be multiple uh, spaces, or the data is not correctly populated, or you need to wipe out all the columns where there are spaces, or you just don't need any column where there are null values. That cleaning can be done using this pandas different methods, and we can actually visualize it data with the different methods available uh, in pandas only. So yeah, and we can model what we are doing with Excel, something like joining. Like we look up what we perform and we look up in Excel, we can actually do similar kind of stuff in pandas using merge functions, like, and then we can do a grouping and aggregations, different complex operations, like uh, if you want to perform some Jacobian transformations, all that are available, like complex operations will be available directly. So that's why pandas is very useful in data science, because it has very nice methods where you can directly get what exactly the mean median statistics. So we will see going forward, just for a demonstration purpose. So directly, if you want in that column, if what is the mean, median, and what, like, exactly that. So there will be mean, median, and mode, right? Yeah, everything it will give, like, just using some method. Once we call the method on the column, if you want, you can, or if you call directly on the data frame itself, it will actually do the statistics for you. So that's why this Pandas is one of the most growing library, we can say, for data analysis. So it is the starting point, and depending on this library, all the data science, uh, I meant to say, data science verticals, you can say AI, artificial intelligence, or machine learning, everything is actually starting point will be this Pandas to do the data analysis and data cleaning, or whatever the uh, like modelings, so to visualize the data, how the data is behaving. So all this are done with the help of pandas only. After that, after the data cleaning and all the data is collected and it grouped together, then we will be using that data to do some machine learning operations, or whatever require, like depending on NLPs, whatever the data we have, we will be using. First we will be transforming it into correct as per our requirement data, and then we will be training all the models. So for that, the transformations are doing some complex operations are doing. Pandas is the one of the main thing in the data science. uh, Even it's not only used in data science, I meant to say. So for example, we are using in our data testings mainly to perform multiple complex analysis operations. So in our own project, we are using at least 90% of the automation scripts, depending on this only one single uh, library. We will do multiple operations like merging, joining, visualizations, depend reading multiple data types like JSON, CSVs, and multiple fixed with format files. We have doing multiple things, and all that is written in one code. So again, the time series analysis, like generally we know the date time analysis is a little bit difficult. So, but we have directly the functions available for doing the time series analysis in the pandas. So which will be very useful for doing the analysis like time series. Now just so so we're not seeing any uh, any advanced methods here. Uh, we will be doing that in later classes, but as of now we will be seeing only the basics, what exactly how what is a data frame, how it is represented, and how we can create our own data frame. So, so, so it's like now just to, just want to so data frames are nothing but like spreadsheets where we have row data and column data, similar kind of stuff. So here we are actually what we are doing, we are importing pandas as PD general notation, so alias, and then the data. This is the dictionary format what we have already seen. So name is key and all these are values. Similarly, age is the key, all these are list of values, and similar city is the key and all these are values, list of values. So using this dictionary we will be creating a data frame. So it's like name will be the column and it will have a three rows where in three rows all the all the three rows having Alice, Bob and Charlie. So let's do this. So before that pandas by default uh, won't come installed pre-installed, we need to install it from pip or conda. Let's see, I think I have already installed it. If not, it's like we have to install pip install pandas. That's it. So Python. If we haven't installed pandas, it will throw us error module not found. So now if we see, it has converted the dictionary into a data frame. So what we have used pd dot this method, data frame method, and we are passing a dictionary to create a data frame. So what the data frame exactly is representing? Three columns, name, age, city, and in the name we have three records. Like we can say three rows, and the index is starting from 0, 1, 2. So the index by default, if we are creating a data frame, it will have the index. But when we don't want, when we again want this to CSV or to write it in a CSV file, we can just mention index equal to false. Then we don't get this index. Only we will get only these three columns and the data. Then next going forward. So this is what I am saying. So now it's the same thing. Let's see what it will. So what we are in the same data frame for this column, because we have three numerical columns, right? So if we do the describe, if we call the describe method, it will give us mean, median, mode. What is the mean? What is the median? What is the mode? So it's like the count, how many are there, how many, I meant to say, the median, the standard deviation, like, uh, so what is the minimum value, maximum value, like what is the 25% of the value, like all that. So it's like the statistics it is giving. And if you want to just to describe total data frame, generally it will display only on the numerical way. So it's like, so where there is a numerical values, then only it will describe uh, the columns. So we haven't given any column here, but we have called. So here again, we haven't given any column name, but when we call this describe method, that is intelligent enough to detect that the age column only having the data type as numbers. Then so it has did only analysis like statistical data analysis only on that column. So even we can see what are the columns having, what are the data types of the columns. So if you see the a name column as object, so in pandas there is no string data type. Generally it will be in pandas the data types will be int 64, float 64, object, and the date time. So generally it will be similar, only in these four data types will be there in the pandas data frames. So object is like string we can say, even if there is a mixed thing, if it is having a string plus another few examples like 25, 30, even mixed data types also, it will represent it as an object only. So again, I say, so you can get the describe method on column level, or if you can, uh, if you want to describe at uh, data frame level also, it will be easy. But when we call data frame, it will only uh, describe where the columns having a numerical data. So now again I am just running. So I am calling at individual column level the describe method. So it is giving me all the statistical information what is needed. Even if we call on data frame level also, it will be, if there is another column, for example, like name, age, city, what we can add, some, I'm just adding some distance column. So distance just for reference purpose, 100, 200, 300. Now I have created another like another column, like you can say key and values I am passing 100, 200, 300 in a list. So now if I save it and again I run this code, now I will be doing the describe at data frame level. So df, generally we represent df as data frame. So if you see now, because name and the city are the object data types, but age and distance are integer data types. So now the same thing we have got, like count, mean, what is the mean, what is the standard deviation, what is the minimum value, 25% of that, what is the maximum value. So generally, not only this, there are multiple options will be there to do the all the statistical analysis, or different types of analysis on the data what you are having. There are multiple methods. We have to read all the functionalities. There are multiple things will be available. Like so, indexing, just basic functional. So in pandas again, I haven't had it. So there are two types of things where pandas having, like one is like data frame method and other is like series. Series is nothing but if there is only one column, we can create it as an series. But if there is a multiple column data, column level data, then we will be creating a data frame. So it's we have, like, it's like much advanced, you can say. Now I am, if you want only as I said, right, again when you want to create uh, data which you need only. So for example, there is requirement which they need only name and age, they don't need any city or the distance. So then it's like, if you want, if we can create something like this, it's like we are creating new data frame and we are just giving column names, name and age. And now if we print, so here if you see the first data frame, we have four columns, but again when we sliced it out, so we are having only two columns. So now again, depending on different things, so you can sort it, you can filter it. So for example, again this filtered data frame. So I want uh, like all the records where data is where the in column where the age is greater than 25. So if it is greater than 25, it is only one record we will be returning. So it is 30. If we have given greater than or equal to, then we will be getting two records. So again, like, let's see, let's print it out. Print sorted. So sorted is like if you want ascending, descending values by. So if we want ascending order, like by default, I think it will be ascending. Let's see, or descending. So it's like Bob, if you see only we got one record from here, filtered record, filter data frame, and here again it is uh, like London ILPT. So it is sorted by the city name. Now if you want to sort it by age, let me just change it to age. So it has changed or sorted out. So just you can see the index got changed, right? So if you are given sorted, so age whatever that is least came first, and then 22, 25, 30, but generally it is like 25, 30, 22, right? So this type of data manipulations we can do. Uh, yeah, depending on the requirements, we will be doing that. So now again, so we can plot graphs as well using the same pandas library. So again we are taking data frame.h to histogram, and just we are saying plot. So in x-axis it's the age and y-axis is the city. So we will be plotting histogram where in for every city what is the age. So when I run this, I think it should, let's see. So what is city only, right? Okay, it is not showing. I think I have to add one more line. Mm, Okay. Dot look. So far, let's see what I'm not sure I'm having. Okay. So it's like scatter plot it has run. So we have only like Paris. It's like 22, and then London is 25, and Tokyo is 30. So mm, let's check. I'm trying to. Okay. 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 Now it's okay. This is histogram. Like if you see, so there are two graphs. Like one is histogram, one is like scatter plot. Just I'm closing both. Now I am just changed it to bar graph. Let's see how it behaves. Like that. What? Okay. Mm, and that's like that. Alright. Okay. Okay. In bar graph, you should have both. That's why they have used scatter. Okay. So generally in bar graph, we should have both. I think height and width, but it should not. How to plot? Okay. The x-axis we put city and then y-axis age. I think it should work. Okay, I haven't changed it right. Okay, so we should change back to bar. Yeah, perfect. So it's like, yeah, in London we have, so London, Tokyo, Paris, what is the age? So multiple things we can do, like it's simple plotting, but we can use different, not only matplotlib, there will be different libraries to use the uh, like data visualization tools. Matplotlib by default, it will be come with data frames like pandas. When we install pandas, matplotlib will come by default uh, and be installed. So it's a dependency for pandas. But for using another data visualization tools, you need to install it. So again, these are another advanced functions. So if you want to match two data frames or to do multiple things, so merge your data frame. So it's like we are merging one data frame to another data frame on common column. We can, this function is having multiple options, like we can merge on different columns as well, but there should be the key should be common across both. So it's like we can write left on, right on. Left on is like the first data frame, right on is like second data frame, and then you can merge both the data frames, and we can give how, like the similar kind of stuff we will be doing on SQL, like joins, like left join, right join, outer join, inner join. So similarly we can give this kind of syntax when we are doing this. As of now we haven't created another data frame, so this will file, that's why I'm just commenting it out. So a grouped data frame is like if you want to group by uh, uh, like according to city names, what is the age, uh, group by. So if we as of now we have having only unique values, right? For example, there are multiple unique values, like we if we give now something, John, John, Jane, and now we will be giving both the ages, 19, 21. Now if I give both are living in London. Uh-huh. So if we group by all this, right, then what exactly it will do for London? How many? It will, on depending on the city, it will add up all the age values like 29, 19, and 21, because we have three like columns. So like it's like aggregation what we are doing using the similar kind of stuff. So I am not giving any distance for this. So what it will do, it will automatically keep the null values or NA values in the data frame. So when I, so instead of getting mean, uh, let's print. Let's see how it behaves. Okay, yeah, because we are creating it, should say it's saying it is scolding us. 250, 100, maybe 150 we can give. Okay, it is not printing. Okay, it is not going to show. Let me close this. Okay, so it is not returning. Okay. So it's like it's returning in not a data frame, but it's returning in group by object. So when we check this, it's actually returning a group by object. So okay, maybe if you want the same thing, I'm not plotting now, just want it to. Okay, so it has created a group by object like a city, London, and in London, what is the mean of all the three values? Like, so it's like 25 plus 19 plus. So let's do calculation. What exactly it is doing? So it's like 25 plus 19 plus 21 divided by 3. Mean is like average. So 21.667. The same thing we have got. In Paris, Paris is having only one value, it's like 22. Tokyo is having one value, only 30. So that's why we have got only these two values are similar. But London having three values, so it is doing, and we are saying to mean it. Okay, in group by object we can call different functions. Now if you want to sum, that also it will do. It's like it will sum all the values. Again, if you check, just I'm running again. So it's like it's giving like 65 code. So depending on our requirement, we need to we can check what exactly we need, mean, median. So all these are very useful in data science techniques or different data analysis or different kinds of stuff if you are working on data. So this is the very useful library in Python for data for doing any data operations. So if you very got hold of this, then it's very easy for going forward any technologies like machine learning, natural language processing, AI, and AI multiple things like as of now LLMs are uh, in boom. So, but everything before that we need to do the data cleaning from the data because everything is dependent on data. Like whatever you take, all the chat GPT stuff or the AI stuff, what we are seeing, everything is actually trained on data. But that data to be trained, the pandas is the starting point where they do multiple analysis or multiple kind of stuff like this by joining different data frames and getting whatever they require data only and then training only on that required data we will be getting the outputs like similar kind of machine learning stuff. So so these are the links, so you can have different tutorials also, like this is cheat sheet, you can download it and we have different tutorials, interactive tutorial also. So this is actually basics, but the very advanced operations will be there, and we can use that advanced operations. And depending on our requirements, we need to combine multiple data projects, data libraries. I can say like for example, Plotly. I am saying for data visualizations. Similar kind of stuff we will be combining. And the main drawback is like in pandas, it's like a little bit slow for a large data sets. So for example, if you want to maybe in not in a real, not in testing or not by learning, but in real world when you want to do the analysis on 10 GB file or maybe 20 GB file, this will be very slow. Pandas will be very slow. We will be needing much faster data. If it is on Hadoop clusters, we will be using Spark, like Scala, different languages. Or if you want to use Python, we will be using Python. And different like Dask is one of the another example for faster processing. So it again built on Pandas only, but different type of data processing technique it will be used. And as of now, latestly there is a one another library from Python like Polaris. So it is very fast. It's they are saying they're climbing at maybe nanoseconds. It will do the processing of at least 1 GB file, something like that. Yeah. This is about today. Yeah, as I said, it's very useful because we are extensively depending on this pandas library in our day, a daily, a day-to-day work. It's like, yeah.